Welcome to a story about a house where the screaming has stopped.
Have you ever wondered why being called understanding is a silent psychological
Burden? A child who never creates a mess, never asks for much, and always stays quiet. We are not born understanding. We are forced to be so. This is the journey from the perfect child to the exhausted adult. It is a path paved with the fragments of a stolen, suppressed childhood. In this house, silence was the currency for peace. To be loved meant to be invisible, to anticipate the moods of others before they even spoke. The compliments felt like rewards at first. "You are such a good kid," they said, so mature, so understanding of everything happening around you. But every praise was a brick in a wall. Each good boy or good girl was a reminder that your own needs were second to harmony. You learned to navigate the emotional storms of adult, acting as a tiny lightning rod to keep the family structure from collapsing under its weight. Years pass, but echoes remain. That child didn't go away. They just learned to hide better behind a professional suit and a calm demeanor. Standing before the mirror today, you see the same obedient face. You have become a master of the mask, a specialist in hidden internal suffering. You have traded your identity for safety. The quietness of your life isn't peace. It is the exhaustion of someone who has always been understanding. Now we must explore the mechanism behind this silence. How does a child learn to put their entire world behind a thick wall of glass? In psychology, extreme understanding is often a survival mechanism. It is a psychological glass wall built to separate you from the pain of rejection. Behind the glass, true emotions are frozen. Anger, sadness, and the desperate desire to be nurtured are locked away to keep the exterior calm. This is known as the fawning response. When fight or flight fails, you survive by becoming exactly what others need you to be at all times. You bend your soul to fill the shapes provided by society. You are the perfect employee, the perfect partner, the perfect friend, but never yourself. You sit at tables full of laughter, yet you feel miles away. You perform the script of connection perfectly, while your heart remains safely isolated. The muffled voices are a reminder of your internal quarantine. You aren't actually connecting. You are merely performing the act of being present and suitable. It is a quiet quitting of the soul. You stop showing up as a person and start showing up as a set of useful responses. The energy required to maintain this facade is immense. Every yes you say when you mean no drains the very essence of your being. When you put your world behind glass, you lose the ability to feel both the pain and the joy. Life becomes a flat, colorless landscape. Intimacy feels dangerous because it requires breaking the glass. And if the glass breaks, the perfect version of you might shatter along with it. You choose the mask that fits the room. You have become an expert in reading others' emotions while becoming a complete stranger to your own. The child who understood too much eventually becomes an adult who knows nothing about what they actually want, need, or value in this life. This leads to a profound state of identity erosion. When the mask becomes too heavy to wear, the structure of the self begins to crumble. The tragedy of the understanding person is their competence. You are so good at helping others that no one ever stops to ask if you're okay. You are the reliable one, the one who never complains. But behind that reliability is a person drowning in responsibilities that aren't even their own. If someone asked you right now what your favorite color is or is proof what makes you truly happy, would you even have an honest answer ready? When you spend decades catering to others, your own preferences disappear. You become a hollow vessel, waiting for someone else to fill you with purpose. This is identity erosion. You move through the world like a ghost, present in body but entirely absent in spirit, disconnected from your own existence. The burnout you feel isn't just from work. It's the spiritual exhaustion of being a person who doesn't exist for themselves, only for others. You have built a life based on what you thought you should do. Now, you are trapped in a house of shoulds with no exit. The mask has become a burden that is too heavy to carry. It is no longer a tool for survival. It is a cage for your soul. You have become a stranger to the person in the mirror. That reflection belongs to the society, to your parents, but never to you. The cost of your understanding was your authenticity. You bought the peace of others with the very pieces of your own identity and heart. Life loses its flavor when you aren't the one living it. You are just a spectator in a movie where you play the lead role. Even your sadness feels like it belongs to someone else. You cry because you are tired, but you don't even know who is actually crying. But this state of erosion cannot last forever. Eventually, the soul demands to be seen. This is where the journey toward the exit begins. There is a psychological phenomenon called walkaway syndrome. It happens when a person who has always been accommodating finally reaches their absolute breaking point. One day, the perfect child decides they no longer want to play the part. They decide to divorce the version of themselves that everyone else loves. This isn't a sudden explosion of anger. It's a quiet, cold realization that staying the same is more painful than the fear of leaving everything behind. You stop trying to fix things. You stop trying to explain. You realize that you cannot save everyone while you are still drowning in their expectations. This is exit euphoria. The sudden, terrifyingly beautiful realization that you are free to walk away from any dynamic that requires you to shrink yourself. The connection to your old life is like a fraying rope. It doesn't break all at once. It unravels until there is nothing left to hold. Walking away is an act of self-rescue. It is the moment you decide that your own survival is more important than keeping everyone else comfortable. The silence you choose now is different. It is no longer the silence of submission, but the silence of preparation for a new, authentic life. You stop apologizing for having boundaries. You stop explaining why you need space. You simply take it because you know you deserve to breathe. The fear of disappointing others starts to lose its power. You realize that their disappointment is a small price to pay for your own soul's freedom. The good child is dying, and a real human being is finally being born. It is a painful birth, but a necessary one for survival. You are no longer a follower of other people's maps. You are finally finding your own North Star buried deep beneath years of polite compliance. There is a profound dignity in this solitude. You are finally standing on your own 2 feet without the crutches of social approval to hold you. The ghost of understanding is fading away. You are stepping out of the shadows of your past and into the light of your own truth. The divorce from your old self is complete. Now, the real work of reconstruction and healing can begin in the warmth of the morning. Healing is not about becoming that innocent child again. It's about learning how to be the parent that the child never truly had back then. You start by reclaiming your voice. You practice saying no to small things until you have the strength to say no to the big things. The glass wall begins to shatter. You don't fear the fragments anymore. You step through the shards to touch the raw, honest emotions you once hid. You tell that child that it's okay to be loud. It's okay to be angry. It's okay to be a mess and still be worthy of love. Your internal world is coming back to life. You are discovering your own colors, your own tastes, and your own unique rhythm for the very first time. Anger is often the first sign of healing. It is the part of you that loves you enough to be outraged at how you were treated. You are learning to listen to the language of your own body. You are finally becoming a resident in your own skin, present and fully alive. Self-care isn't a luxury. It's a reclamation of your existence. Every act of choosing yourself is a victory against the ghost of your past self. You no longer need to look perfect to feel safe. You can be flawed. You can be tired. And you can still be enough for yourself. Your creativity is returning. When you stop using your energy to maintain a mask, you have so much more to give to the things you love. The world is no longer a performance. It's an experience. You are learning to participate in life rather than just observing it through a glass. Your relationships are changing. Some people might leave when they can no longer use you, and that's okay. You are making room for real connection. Rebirth is a slow process, but every day you feel a little more like yourself. You are no longer understanding. You are finally being understood. You have found the person you lost all those years ago. They were always there, waiting for you to stop being good and start being real. Your emotions are real. Your needs are valid. You are allowed to take up space in this world without feeling guilty for existing as yourself. To all the perfect children out there carrying the weight of the world, you have done enough. You have been strong for far too long. Letting go of other people's expectations isn't an act of betrayal. It is a necessary act of self-love and the ultimate salvation of your soul. The ghost of the past has no power here. You are the architect of your own peace now, built on the foundation of your own truth. Release the shoulds. Release the pressure to be perfect. You are a human being, not a servant to the comfort of those around you. A new chapter is beginning. It's a chapter where you are allowed to be difficult, to be loud, and to be profoundly, beautifully yourself every day. You are more than the silence you kept. You are more than the praise you received. You are a whole world waiting to be explored by you. Start your journey home today, not to the house of silence, but to the home within yourself. You deserve to be heard, seen, and loved. You have worked so hard. Let today be the first day you return to yourself. Thank you for listening to this journey of the soul.